Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning in to this special edition of Meridian News Now. My name's Katie Schroeder.
And I'm Janelle James. Today, we bring you a special episode where we reflect on the previous year as well as provide updates on what's to come in the future for Meridian Township.
2020 has been a challenging and life-changing year. The coronavirus pandemic hit Meridian back in March, and life as we know it has changed ever since.
Michigan confirmed its first 2 coronavirus cases on March 10th. Governor Gretchen Whitmer declared a state of emergency that night and in the following days closed schools and other businesses. She issued a stay-at-home order on March 23rd so the hospital system wouldn't be overrun.
Now is the most crucial time for us to come together to protect ourselves and our families. We must work together to bend the curve. We must do more to curtail community spread so our health system has a fighting chance. Today I'm issuing a stay home, stay safe executive order for all Michiganders, and it goes into effect just after midnight tonight for at least the next 3 weeks. Without a comprehensive national strategy, we, the states, must take action. We are joining a number of other states that have started, and I anticipate many will follow. States like Ohio and Illinois, New Jersey, California, and many others, including New York. We are doing this because it is absolutely necessary to protect the health of our people. The goal here is simple: stay home, stay safe, save lives.
At one point, Michigan ranked 3rd nationally in coronavirus deaths behind New York and New Jersey. The stay-at-home order was gradually lifted over time until being fully lifted on June 1st. Whitmer issued a statewide mask mandate on July 11th. Today, the state has over 400,000 coronavirus cases and more than 10,000 deaths. In November, the governor issued a pause which ordered certain businesses to close as a result of rising case counts. This was originally supposed to last for 3 weeks, but was extended until December 20th.
Meridian Township established a COVID-19 task force on March 10th. By March 16th, all township buildings were closed to the public and board meetings went virtual.
Call to order the December 8th, 2020 regular meeting of the Meridian Township Board of Trustees. And with that, we need to have a Pledge of Allegiance. So, I'd recommend that more or less you stay mute, and I'll recite. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Okay, we now have to have a roll call from our new clerk, Deborah Guthrie.
The pandemic has even changed both elections that have happened this year. HOMTV summer intern Connie Rabany tells us how COVID-19 impacted the primary election back in August.
Michigan's primary election is on Tuesday, August 4th.
There's local candidates, there's statewide candidates for Congress, and there are local proposals on the ballot.
The polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
In Michigan, it's an open primary. You can choose which political party you want to vote in. The only requirement is you're not allowed to cross over and vote for any other candidate from on the other party.
But COVID-19 has made things different this year.
Well, COVID has had a pretty big impact on the election system.
Due to the pandemic, there was a noticeable growth in absentee voters both in Meridian Township and across the state.
As a result, we had a huge influx of applications for absentee ballots, and we have mailed out approximately 13,000 AV ballots, which is a huge increase over previous years, enormous increase.
But for those who are voting in person at polling locations,
we are maintaining some various PPE, personal protective equipment, and sanitation practices to try to make it as safe as possible for election workers and for citizens.
They have 6-foot social distancing and face masks in place to keep in-person voters safe.
However, the state of Michigan has recently stated that you do not have to wear a mask if you're a voter, but we can bring the person in and we can sequester the voter and they can still vote and get a ballot even if they're not wearing a mask, but they will not be able to go through the entire normal voting throughput the way we go through all the voting stations if they're not wearing a mask.
From Home TV, I'm Connie Rabbani.
The nation saw a record number of absentee ballots this year in both the primary and general election. There was also a record turnout in the number of absentee ballots received overall in comparison to elections in previous years.
2 elections means twice the opportunities for our Home TV staff. From our candidate interviews to our actual election night show, we made sure you had the information you needed straight from the source. All summer and all fall, we talked to ballot proposal experts and candidates from all races as a part of Home TV's Your Choice 2020 election series. Let's take a look.
Hello and welcome to Your Choice 2020 primary election coverage on Home TV. I'm Connie Rabbani. Joining us is Meridian Township Supervisor, Democratic incumbent candidate Ron Styka.
I'm Janelle James, and joining us for this candidate interview is Paul Young, Republican congressional candidate for the 8th District.
I'm Brandy Yates, and joining me for this candidate interview is Julie Brixey, Democratic incumbent candidate for the state representative in the 69th District.
This election could result in some new faces on the Meridian Township Board. As an incumbent and returning leader of the board, how do you plan to continue improving board cooperation?
Well, it's sort of my job as the leader of the meetings to keep peace among the members.
What do you believe are some of the pros and cons of the current healthcare system? If elected, how would you address healthcare?
Well, of course, that's a big topic, it's an important topic.
What do you believe are the greatest needs of the district, and what are your ideas to meet those needs, especially with uncertainties due to the COVID-19 pandemic?
Well, Brandy, education continues to be incredibly important, especially with COVID-19 going on.
I'm Connie Rabbani, inviting you to watch live primary election night coverage on Tuesday, August 4th, right here on Home TV.
I'm Janelle James, inviting you to watch live general election night coverage on Tuesday, November 3rd.
I'm Brandy Yates, inviting you to watch live general election night coverage right here on Home TV on November 3rd, and thank you for watching.
Those interviews, as well as great stories from our Home TV staff, made up the majority of our election night shows.
For the live show, we brought some of the candidates and experts to provide updates on where we were at the polls. The whole night, our interns worked in front and behind the cameras to provide Meridian Township with live content and results. Take a look.
Perfect. Brandy, you don't let me down. Okay, thank you.
Have a great night, Meridian, and happy election season.
As election season died down, I had the pleasure to interview some of the officials serving Meridian Township. Soon, you all will have the opportunity to meet your elected officials and know them for more than just their title. Here's a sneak peek of some of the interviews that are a part of Home TV's new series, Meet Your Elected Officials.
Because I've been in the township since 1978. That's when my wife and I moved here, and so our kids could go to the excellent schools that we have here in the community. They happen to be Okemos, but Hazlitt and East Lansing are also in the community. They're all great school districts. We have raised 4 sons here. They went to school in Okemos, as I said, K through 12. One of them now lives here with his 2 children, right in the township. Another one is just just over the border next to Hazlitt, but his daughter goes to Hazlitt school. So we're still very much enmeshed with Meridian Township in many ways.
The only new addition to the Meridian Township Board is Clerk Deborah Guthrie. I sat down with the former Home TV intern to ask her about what keeps her coming back to serve Meridian Township.
Well, obviously, I'm a Spartan fan. I went to Michigan State University. I graduated from Williamston High School, and started at LCC as a single mom with 2 kids at the time. And then after a couple of years at LCC, I transferred to MSU to the communications department. And while a Michigan State student, I was an intern at HOMTV and a manager at Video to Go. If anyone out there, it's probably dating myself, if anyone out there remembers Video to Go in Frentor, the best video store in the world, in my biased opinion. But yeah, I miss Video to Go, loved that place. HOMTV, the internship there was fantastic. Opened up the door for me to work for ESPN, and I worked for them for a year. And then I was a manager at Meridian Township in the HOMTV communications department for 22 years. Yeah, it was a long time. Yep.
You can watch the full interviews from the Meet Your Elected Officials series featuring the Meridian Township Board and Park Commissioners by going to HOMTV's website and checking the channel schedule.
The COVID-19 pandemic threw a bit of a curveball in the township's plans for this year. However, they were still able to accomplish many of their goals and more. Meridian's Marketplace on the Green opened in October, giving the township a farmer's market that was open throughout the entire year. From planning to construction to its final opening, we've been there throughout the entire process. HOMTV's Cortland Jenkins takes us back to the marketplace's opening week. Have a look.
The Meridian Township Farmers Market officially held their first Saturday event on October 17th under the new Marketplace on the Green Pavilion, located at 1995 Central Park Drive in Oakland. Marketplace on the Green is the new home to the Meridian Township Farmers Market now that the original pavilion has outgrown its space and has over 60 vendors. Vendor booths are spaced further apart with wider aisles to support the CDC COVID-19 safety guidelines. Not only does this new location utilize the existing Meridian Mall parking lot for visitor parking, it is a social and economic centerpiece and provides community space for vendors, craft fairs, musical entertainment, and featured township events.
Progress at the Harris Nature Center didn't stop in the face of the pandemic. Summer intern Ava Bratz was there back in July when construction began on the new projects.
There's been some crash landings here at Harris Nature Center to make way for their new pavilion.
Having a pavilion instead of an enclosed space is going to be really exciting for us to just provide more opportunities, but in the outdoor setting instead of inside.
This has been a long anticipated day for the Nature Center, and the staff are thrilled.
About 2 years now. The process is normally a long process, and COVID-19 certainly did not help us with that process. So it's really exciting. We're breaking ground today just by doing the site demo, which is essentially removing some trees to open up the space where the pavilion is going to be installed.
Exteriors of Lansing are also planning to construct a birding overlook deck while the pavilion and restrooms are being finished.
It's going to provide much needed outdoor classroom space, shaded picnic area for our visitors, a place where people can rent it to do whatever, if it's graduation parties, birthday parties, whatever they're looking for. And we will use it September through May.
In just a few short months, the Harris Nature Center in Oakland will be raising the roof as they work to install their new pavilion. They're hoping that this will provide local schools, clubs, and other events to take place here and just get outside and have fun. This is in addition to the many trails that they have and beautiful scenic outlooks for people to experience.
Among many other things, the Harris Nature Center now offers an observation deck. HOMTV's Grace Burns spoke with the Harris Nature Center's Park and Land Superintendent, Katie Adams, to see what else we have to look forward to at the Nature Center.
And I'm at the Harris Nature Center, and I am here with Katie Adams, the Parks and Land Preservation Superintendent. And we're going to be talking about some of the projects going on around here. Katie, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So I know there's been a lot of projects, some of them going all the way back till May. What are some of the projects you're working on right now?
Yeah, so it's funny to say May because some of these projects have been actually taking place for about 3 years.
Oh, okay.
But between, just the planning process in general and then, of course, everything happening in March,
we finally got to break ground for all 3 projects this past May, which is exciting.
Awesome.
So we do have a new pavilion going in. Then that's going to allow us to, people will be able to picnic under the shelter. We'll be able to have our summer camp classes in there. We'll be able to let school groups in there. It's just a much needed outdoor classroom space, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people look at pavilions as just more for picnicking,
Sure.
and parties, but we were really looking for an outdoor sheltered classroom space, so we're really excited about that.
Yeah.
Going along with the pavilion, we also have an outdoor restroom building now. We've never had outdoor restrooms here before, and our visitation has just gotten so high over the years that it's definitely needed. So they will be year-round restrooms, and that's a positive for this park. The other project we have is actually along the trail system out in one of our meadow habitats, and it's our observation deck.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 6 feet, the deck itself is 6 feet off the ground, and there's an ADA ramp that goes all the way to the top, and it'll, it's a 20 by 20 deck, so it's pretty big. It'll allow us to have 1 or 2 classrooms up there at a time, which is pretty exciting. But it's just viewing nature from above ground instead of at eye level, so it's pretty exciting.
Great. So of these projects, which are you most excited about?
Well, that's a tough question. I'm super excited to see all 3 of these things. They're much needed here.
Mm-hmm.
The observation deck's going to be pretty cool because it's we've just never had any structures out in the woods before, or platforms, if you will, for us to stop and teach school groups at.
Yeah.
So we're kind of excited to have this new experience for everybody that comes out here for programming. I think it'll also be a nice place for photographers to go and sit on the benches that are on there and just take pictures of birds, and so it's pretty exciting. It's a little different from the projects that we have going on near the parking lot, different from the pavilion and the restroom building, because this one is funded by our Harris Nature Center Foundation.
Okay.
So between donations from locals here in Meridian Township, as well as a grant from the Capital Region Community Foundation, that's what's funding that project. So
Great.
It's a little different from the other ones.
Yeah. Well, if residents are interested in learning more information about these projects and kind of keeping up with what's going on, where's somewhere they can visit to find more information?
So there's a couple different places you can go. Probably the quickest way to keep up to date on things is the Harris Nature Center Facebook page. We also have Instagram for Harris Nature Center, and we are on the Meridian Township website as well.
Great. Well, thank you, Katie. Thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us.
Along with the observation deck, the Harris Nature Center looks forward to a new pavilion with outdoor learning and easy-to-access restroom facilities.
This past fall, the owners and their 4-legged friends participated in a ribbon cutting ceremony that included dogs in Halloween costumes and challenges. Let's take a look back to see what the event was like.
Penny here is a flower, and I tried to be a flower with her.
Meridian Township dogs formed a pack to see who was the best in show.
I didn't know about the dog costume contest that they did last year or anything until this year because of the dog park.
This year, the annual dog Halloween costume party was combined with the ribbon cutting of the new large dog park.
1, 2, 3, happy Halloween!
Residents poured in with furry family members to check out the park.
As soon as I found out it was open, I went and got a membership and came that day.
The new park opening means a lot to large dog owners in the community.
I'm most looking forward to letting my 2 big dogs run around because I live in a tiny apartment.
From Meridian Township, I'm Katie Schroeder, HOMTV. Despite the cold temperatures, dog owners and their dogs are still enjoying the large dog park right here, as you can see. Let's take it back to Janelle to see what else we have in store for our HOMTV special.
Despite the restrictions of the COVID-19 pandemic, Meridian Cares continue to provide aid for those in need this holiday season. HOMTV's Grace Burnt spoke with Human Service Specialist Darla Jackson about what to expect from the program this year.
Hi, my name is Grace Burnt, and I'm going to be joined today by Darla Jackson, the Human Service Specialist for Meridian Cares. She's going to be telling us a little bit more about the programs they're offering this holiday, how they might look a little bit different because of COVID-19, and how you can get involved.
Meridian Cares was started in approximately 1985. It has been around for a very long time. It It was formerly known as the Community Resources Needs Fund, and now it was named Meridian Cares to better reflect the times and the community. So what Meridian Cares does is it helps our households within Meridian Township that are struggling with things like rent and utilities, medication, transportation, things like that, to help get beyond the financial crisis they're in, whether it's finding resources that are already out there or helping through the Meridian Cares Fund. We have helped hundreds of households to get through the crisis they were in, and basically kept people from becoming homeless or going without food or medication.
Awesome. How is this going to be different this year with COVID-19?
Everything is different. What we're seeing right now is there are a lot of people that have been really impacted by the recent economic downturn, whether they're now getting lower unemployment, or sometimes there are glitches with unemployment. Sometimes they're having to stay home with their kids, but there are a lot of people that are struggling, and we're starting to see more people that have much larger bills, and it's going to be an interesting few months ahead of us.
Yeah, for sure. So what are some of the programs you guys are offering this year to provide relief?
So what we're doing now is honestly what we've been doing for a while, is solving problems, getting people through their crises, making sure they don't get evicted. Holiday programs, honestly, because right now it's November, going into December, and we have Be a Santa to a Senior, and we're doing holiday food baskets. Right now I have about 200 households signed up for food baskets, some of which are sponsored, I think a few of which are not at this point. And so we are doing that for the holidays. We've cut back a little bit as far as the holidays, because sometimes it's not safe to do a lot of the stuff that we're used to doing, but we're doing everything we can to make sure everyone's basic needs are met.
So how could someone get involved with the Meridian Cares?
So the easiest way is to look on the township website or the Facebook page. You can email me at jackson@meridian.mi.us, or you can call my office. That information is also on the Meridian Township website. And I can give you more information.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Darla.
All right, thank you.
Meridian Cares and the township are grateful to everyone who participated in the holiday programs and contributed to the Giving Tuesday campaign.
'Tis the season to be merry, but this holiday season's going to look a lot different compared to years past. However, even a pandemic can't stop Meridian Township residents from spreading some much-needed holiday season cheer. In and around Meridian, homeowners are getting into the holiday spirit.
Our entire cul-de-sac, there's probably about 17 houses that are lit up.
And now, thanks to Jason Denovich from New Look Computer and Data, Meridian residents can see where houses are decorated in the community.
People could just pop the map open and then drive around and see where all the houses were decorated at.
Meridian residents can view the map and see houses all over the township. This house in particular, though, has 107,000 lights lighting up the sky to spread holiday cheer this year. Every night leading up to Christmas Eve, Cheryl Underwood and her friend Brian Wamhoff welcome Santa to her Hazlitt home.
Well, we always go crazy decorating, and my friend Brian and I, we decorated, started November 1st. Actually, we decorated for Halloween, and big time. And then it just kind of evolved
into a display that people drive all the way from places like Livonia just to see.
Thanks for coming.
Cheryl admitted she didn't know the map existed until a friend's daughter marked her house on the map for her. Then it all made sense.
I have never in my whole life of decorating seen as many people decorate, both inside and out, and everything is gone out of the stores.
Gone off of shelves and onto houses or lawns. The exact reason Jason created the town maps.
Any little thing that we can do to get everybody excited and and get people talking about something other besides that C word. We don't even say it in here. We just call it the C word. You know, anything that's got attention anywhere else, you know, it's obvious that we need something else.
I have to go get my friend.
Come back.
We'll be here. Reporting from Hazlitt, Katie Schroeder, Home TV. For anyone interested in following the Holiday Lights map or registering their house to be a part of the fun, the map can be found at sjlightsfest.com.
2020 may have been a rough year, but that did not stop the Township Board from meeting many of their goals. Marketplace on the Green opened in early October, and the board was able to fulfill their promise of allocating 100% of the local road and bond revenue. The board was also successful in the 2020 Meridian Township census count.
A new year means new goals for the Meridian Township Board. The board met on Tuesday, December 8th to discuss plans for 2021. Some of the goals the board plans to address in the new year include creating a diversity, equity, and inclusion plan, culminating the decade-long effort to redevelop downtown Okemos and Hazlitt, and completing phase 1 and 2 of the MSU to Lake Lansing pathway. For more of the goals the boards discussed, visit the Meridian Township website.
This year, we had 3 great teams of interns working hard to provide you with all of Meridian Township's top news. Each semester, Home TV offers internships to those interested in reporting, producing, social media, and promotions. The interns help create content for the community of Meridian Township. The interns play a big role in the success of Home TV. Let's take a look at how this year's summer interns helped make Home TV feel like home.
Follow the action. This is where all the magic happens.
This summer semester of Home TV interns have been phenomenal. So far, they are blowing me away every single day, and I'm so thankful and appreciative of everything that they're doing.
Welcome to Home TV.
I'm Eva Brass, and you're listening to Home TV.
I'm Gabby Molta from Home TV, and I'm a reporter for the 2020 internship program.
My name is Emily Towns, and I'm an intern at Home TV.
And what are you working on today?
Right now, I am currently working on a Bosant for an upcoming live production.
Camera work, and I know a lot of us are doing promos. I've been working on a TV package.
We are hosting a candidate interview for the 2020 elections.
So we first started off doing a lot of articles, but that's such like phone interviews, Zoom interviews, and they have us out in the field, which is really cool. I'm editing a package right now, so yeah, exciting stuff.
Every new intern, every new semester brings a whole new element to why I love this place. It's just awesome that we were a part of their very beginning.
Home TV is fun. Honestly, everyone here is just super open-minded.
I was so nervous. I was like, who are these people? I don't know them. But I mean, I was just greeted with a smile, and that just goes to my first interview with Brandy when we first started talking. Just met me with a smile and was so open to listening to me and wanting to see what I wanted from the internship instead of, you know, my duties that she was going to tell me. Providing experience and hands-on training for those who want to be in the careers of multimedia, television, social media, communications, and film. And in return, the residents of Meridian Township really get the news and information that they're looking for out of their local government and what's happening in the community. So the interns gain experience and get information for their resume and hopefully get their foot in the door at their job. And then the residents benefit from everything that our interns are doing with programs and stories and online content to keep them informed. Government transparency is one of our main goals of Home TV, and the interns just add the extra element because we have a very small staff, so the interns are kind of the manpower of the operation of the channel. It was amazing that when our new interns got on board, we had an influx of stories, content they're writing and doing Zoom interviews from home. Staff couldn't keep up with the amount of content that the interns were producing, which is an awesome problem to have.
Honestly, I've learned a lot, and I love it.
This is my second semester here at Home TV, and throughout my 2 semesters, I've done all these stories for Home TV. It's incredible.
And that is a wrap for our first Meridian News Now show.
What is it?
It's a wrap. That's a wrap.
It's not a sandwich.
It's a wrap.
Alrighty. Haha, let's go. Oh yeah. Yeah.
What are we doing?
Well earned.
Get some ice cream, man. We gotta show them love.
We got a good show, and now it's time to celebrate.
Well, I need an exit shot, you know? Like, think like na 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 na. Yeah,
right. Despite the challenges brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic, our fall interns conducted Zoom interviews, reported live on our election night show, and brought the news to Meridian Township. Let's take a closer look at the last 4 months here at Home TV.
This year has been unpredictable to say the least. For us at Home TV, all these changes didn't mean our mission changed. Our commitment remains the same. Home TV is your source for community news, delivering timely local news coverage and engaging the community of Meridian Township. Through all the irregularities, we work to maintain consistency with the norm. We juggled working in the studio, then moved to virtual work, and then a hybrid, then back to virtual again. While we're still operating in the unpredictable, there's one thing that we've been able to consistently rely on, and that's the interns here in the Home TV internship program, or what we like to call them, our homies. We've had intern groups work with us through the spring, summer, and fall. Each group came ready and eager to learn. They brought in their own personalities and levels of experience. No matter the curveballs that were thrown at our team, our interns adapted and delivered. Together, our interns brought you your community news, the latest in local government and election coverage. Our interns worked hard to capture the big and small events and stories that embody what makes Meridian Township a prime community to live, work, and play. I'm so proud of how the interns handled everything in 2020. And we don't know what 2021 may hold, but the work of our Home TV interns makes it much more promising.
Home TV has had a lot of interns during 2020. Ava Bratz started her summer here at Home TV, but is ending the year as the co-host and producer for ABC Channel 13 in Virginia. I sat down with Ava earlier this week to reflect on what her time was like in Home TV and how it helped her in the position she holds now.
You know what, I kind of going back to the COVID thing, not really knowing how to do a Zoom interview, you know, like I'm so personable where I want to get to know you face to face. And so during the summer, I learned immensely how to actually do a Zoom interview and what that looks like and how to connect with somebody over a screen. That's such just a strange phenomenon to me, at least. And so over the summer, interviewing the different township members and different people, even in the community, really striking up that conversation with them, making them feel comfortable has incredibly helped me at ABC 13, because a lot of interviews I do here are over Zoom too. So it's been such a great just building block this past summer at Home TV, because now I have that confidence, not necessarily personality confidence, but that confidence on screen where maybe it's a little awkward at first, but just knowing that I've done this before and I'm like, all right, I can do this. And it really just takes off a lot of stress from the person you're interviewing too, because they know if you're comfortable, they're more at ease to talk about what they have.
Ava isn't the only Home TV internship alumni delivering the news. We have reporting, production, and social media intern alumni that are working all over the country. They got their jobs because of the skills they learned right here in Meridian Township.
Starting in January, we will be seeing many new faces as we welcome another team of interns into our Home TV family. For more information about our hands-on internship program, visit www.hometv.net.
Thank you for joining us for this special year in review edition of Meridian News Now.
Make sure you stay tuned into Home TV for the most updated news about Meridian Township. I'm Janelle James.
And I'm Katie Schroeder. Have a great rest of your day and happy holidays.